Namaste everyone. Welcome to this Dr. Vedavyasa Memorial Online Lecture Series. We are in the 78th lecture in this 108 lecture series. And today we have with us Sri Rajagopalan Iyengarji from Australia. So we welcome him, and then we'll start with a short prayer today. Harihi Om. अखण्डमण्डलाकारं व्याप्तं येन चराचरं तत्पदं दर्शितं येन तस्मै श्रीगुरवे नमः. तस्मै श्रीगुरवे नमः. व्यासाय विष्णुरूपाय व्यासरूपाय विष्णवे नमो वै ब्रह्मनिधये वासिष्ठाय नमो नमः. वासिष्ठाय नमो नमः. Yes, today we have with us Sri V. Rajagopalan Iyengarji, and then in this special series of Puranas and epic Mahabharata and Ramayana Itihasas, this is the fifth session. So I welcome Sri Rajagopalanji to this talk. This modern population, not knowing good Sanskritam, may wish to understand the essence of Vedas and Puranas in a practical way for a healthy living and in this competitive world of survival of the fittest. So with this objective, Sri V. Rajagopalan will make attempts to relate present-day scientific mathematics, engineering, and even commercial examples with the Vedic teachings and share his thoughts in a common man's language that can be easily understandable and put in practice by many. The ultimate aim is not total perfection, but to revive our Indian value-based living to the present and posterity too. Sri Vasudevan Rajagopalan Iyengarji is academically a meritorious Master of Science and Technology, Master of Computer Applications, and has few more academic and professional achievements with merit and distinction. He is an alumnus of Nagpur University, IIT Mumbai, Madurai Kamaraj University, and Indian Institute of Remote Sensing, DOS Institutes, etc. He retired after 37 years of meritorious service in 2017 and worked as a regional director and a senior research and development geoscientist from Department of Atomic Energy and Government of India. Post-retirement, he has settled in Bangalore, and since a year and a half, he is in Melbourne, Australia, engaged in diverse creative social productive activities. Of many, significant ones are teaching scientific engineering and mathematical approaches in understanding Vedic scriptures, rituals and practices, social and spiritual activities, besides teaching and propagating Sanskritam from professionals and learners from India and abroad. He is from a patriotic, learned Vaishnava Tamil Iyengar clan from the famous city Kumbakonam, Tamil Nadu, and is a follower of Veda, especially Sri Sri Ramanujacharya's Visishtadvaita. He is conversant in Vedic Purana preachings, do practice and write on Vedic astrology and eloquent in many languages, including their Vyakaranam, like Tamil, Hindi, English, and also Sanskrit. Also, he is conversant in Telugu, Marathi, Kannada, French, etc. He is an active social and spiritual person, gives invited lectures and guidance on practical spirituality for modern living, and conducts honorary classes on spirituality, Sanskrit, applied mathematics, astrology, and chemistry during these times. As a freelance writer, he propagates Veda, Bhagavad Gita, and Sanskritam for reviving value-based living. He is a strong believer and follower of Sanatan Dharma, Veda, and their hidden potential from modern living with real intellect, harmony, and peace. He believes that Sanskritam and Vedic teachings and practice can bail out the modern human race from present day state mates, paradoxes, mind blocks, disharmony, and inner unrest, self motivation, and and make everyone happy, self contented, true human with values on this divine karma bhumi. So, with this introduction, I would like to welcome Sri Rajagopala ji and then Rajagopalan ji, and then uh, give him and ask him to take this session forward. Namaste, Rajagopalan ji.
Namaste. Vedavyasa Mahaguru Varyasya Bhashana Muktavali Melane Bhavatam Sarvesham Hardam Swagatam Sarvebhya Namo Namah. Before I initiate, it is our practice, we have to invoke Lord Ganesha. So I'll just briefly say, Vakratunda Mahakaya Surya Koti Samaprabha Nirvignam Kuru Me Deva Sarva Karyeshu Sarvada. And when we are talking about Veda, when we want to talk, without invoking Haigriva, we should not start. At least I don't start without praying Haigriva. So there is one small slogan I'll recite and then we can go ahead. Jnana Nandamayam Devam Nirmala Spatika Krutam Adaram Sarva Vidyanam Ayagrivam Upasmahe Namo Namaha. Now it is 5:10. I think I can speak for an hour. So, all of you are aware of my topic title, so I don't want to go much in detail. But before I start anything which is directly or indirectly related to Veda, Upanishad, Itihasa, Purana, or something, just I would like to briefly touch and go type. I'll start it. Everybody is aware that there are 4 Vedas are there, 6 Shastras are there, 18 Puranas are there, 108 Upanishads are there, then 2 Mahakavyas are there. When we talk about Veda, for Rig Veda, Yajur Veda, Sam Veda, Atharvana Veda. Then when we talk about Shastras, when we say 6 Shastras, which is very dominantly, which is very important, and which is invariably connected with our life, everything, that is mostly Nyaya Shastra, Vaisheshika Shastra, Sankhya Shastra, then Yoga Shastra, Mimamsa Shastra, Vedanta Shastra. Then when we talk about Mahakavyas, when we talk, immediately we come into the play and immediately we recollect hardly anyone from India or even today in the present world. Everybody knows that there are 2 Mahakavyas are there. We call it as Ramayana. Another one is called as Srimad Bhagavad Gita or Mahabharata. Okay. Then 18 Puranas are there. Why I'm saying this one? Just to have a brief introduction. What is our treasure with which we are going to live in this world? What is the hidden potential of those scriptures which has got immense data in them? So I will just say the title, the very title of those Puranas name itself will talk about the complete detail. Swaya Parichaya asti. Brahma Puranam, Padma Puranam, Vishnu Puranam, Shiva Puranam, Bhagavat Puranam, Narada Puranam, Markandeya Puranam, Agni Puranam, Bhavishya Puranam, Brahmavakya Vaivarta Puranam, Linga Puranam, Varaha Puranam, Skanda Puranam, Vamana Puranam, Kurma Puranam, Matsya Puranam, Garuda Puranam, Brahmanda Puranam. See, when we talk about 18 Puranas, and it has got a huge number of, large number of slokas. One thing you, as a present day generation, see, whatever I'm going to talk, I am not a Vedic Pandit. Ham Bhavatam Samana Sarva Sadharana Manushasmi. Ataha Kinchita Truti Bhavati Chet Shamyatam. The Mahabharata Parva, when we say Mahabharata, there are 18 Parvas are there. So I will not go in detail all these things because the title itself shows everything, what it means and everything. So and all these things are available now. And there are many speakers who have elaborately explained all these things through this Veda Vyasa Bhashana Mala. So there's no point in repeating or reiterating the importance there, what it means, what is that sloga means, and all those things. I will come straight to the topic. The topic, I use one word in that title, if you would have seen, one word called dictum. Most of you are aware, but still I want to reiterate what it actually, when I say it is a dictum, when I say what it wants to say. Is it something special in that one, or it is a normal word I have used it, or is it going to give some very important meaning in that one? So the question now comes, why I use that word? The moment I say dictum, it is nothing but a saying. When I say it is a dictum, it is a saying that describes an aspect of life in an interesting or wise way. Just to concentrate on the string of words that has been used, a saying that describes an aspect of life in an interesting or wise way. The moment we say a formal pronouncement from an authoritative source, it should be from the authoritative source, a short statement that expresses a general truth or principle, things dictated. These are called as dictum. That is why I use this word dictum instead of using the word sloka, shruti, and all those things. Okay. Why I use this one? Ultimately, it should be of something interesting to our life, which should come in use, and it is in a wise way. The moment I use these three words, interesting, effectiveness, and wise way, these things, when they come, we cannot get any other word other than Veda. If I say Veda, immediately it gives a feeling that it is something very high level scripture which we cannot access, we cannot understand, it is beyond our visualization or thinking, we cannot comprehend it. All those problems comes. There are a number of reasons for that one. Forget about that one. Let us take it. It is a knowledge base. It is a data bank. If I say data bank, everybody understands. If I say it is a treasure, everybody can understand. If I say knowledge, everybody can understand. If I say it is for wiseness, knowledge, jnanam, and everything, immediately they can understand. So the amalgamation of all these together is called as Veda. That's all. There ends the story. If we can put that in practice in our life, obviously the return is going to be a happiness, prosperity, oneness, well-being. The ultimate aim and objective of Veda is to say those dictums or those statements or those shrutis and slokas by which understanding that and putting in practice, and when we follow that one, we are going to get the happiness. Anyway, the nutshell of all these things together, we can say in a very simple, easily comprehensible way, is called as Sanatana Dharma. When you say Sanatana Dharma, it is based on Veda. Veda means it is a known knowledge-based system. Known knowledge-based system, time-tested. It has been already tested, proved, time and again. So, once that thing has been proved, let us not say that again, let us not scratch it and say that whether it is valid or not. Okay, it has been time tested for many things. In just like in mathematical induction or in mathematics, what we call, if A is true, B is true, then C is true, then n plus 1 is true, n plus 2 is also true. This is called the induction. In the same way, our generation to generation, they accepted this has been true, proved true. My great grandfather accepted, then father, then till now everybody has accepted. So let us also say that yes, it has been accepted. We accept that one and pass on to our next generation for the posterity. The argument comes, Tarka Shastra, if we invite, that is not always, it has got plus, minus, plus, minus. Though my topic goes, that is positivity and negativity. Duality. If I say positivity, there should be some negativity. Otherwise, what is the significance of positivity? So, if negativity is there, there should be something called as which is positive. So, the two, the sides of the same coin, when exist together, I am saying the word together, then only it has got some value. Only positivity is there. There is no definition of negativity. We cannot understand what is positivity. Same vice versa. But the question comes, what is the paribhasha for this one? How it has to be accepted? Whether we should take it on face value, whether it means really a thing, what it signifies. Is it verbatim? We have to take its meaning. This is the question which comes. And this type of question have to come. It will come the moment your brain starts thinking. Always it thinks about the counterpart. When I say good, immediately you will think about bad. When I think about bad, immediately you will think about. This is how the things goes. So with this foundation, basic knowledge of Veda, when I come down as a foundation, we call out Shruti, Smriti. Shruti, when I say, it is a heard one. Veda itself is a heard one. Then only it has come. Script has come later on. Grammar has come still later on. Forget about all those things. It has been heard. Whereas Smriti, when I say, it is remembering. Remembering, why we remember? To reproduce. Reproduction of a good thing is also a constructive way. That is why Smriti is also equally important other than just hearing it. Here, just like in computer, we put the data, computer hears, stores it some other place, and then when we want to retrieve it, we retrieve it from that place. Let it be hard disk, anything, whatever you say, storage devices. So there is in between storage device, and that heard material or the stored material comes in use is called as Smriti. The stored material, the data input is called as Shrutis. Now, there is a beautiful, I don't want to use much slogan in this one because I put it as a topic itself is least number of Sanskritam and all the things for a person who want to get acclimatize them. But still, just I want to touch it. Vedo kilo dharma moolam smriti shile cha tadvidam acharashchaiva sadhanatma tas stushte reva cha. Vedam is the moolam. It is the base. It is the fundamental root of dharma. So then the tradition, first dharma, root of dharma, that is Veda. Then comes the tradition. Then comes the customs, which has been followed and thing. Then the conduct comes the contact. Then what it is called self-satisfaction of oneself. See, beautiful how the sequence in which it goes, that is called as Veda. So now the Shrutis, when we say 4 Vedas, forget about it. Rig Veda is the source. Rig Veda talks about Surya primarily. Other things are also there, Kalpana. But Surya, when you talk, the source of energy, source for electromagnetic radiation, source for different frequency of radiations what we have. Let it be from cosmic to radar waves, in visible region, infrared region, whatever you talk, those who are a little bit of aware with the physics of 8th class or 10th class physics, they can easily understand. I will not use very hi-fi language in any of the subjects. you will easily understand. So the question is, it is a full spectrum. So sun, Rig takes care of everything, and then comes the Sama, Yajur, and Atharva. Forget that why Atharva is not included in all things, but the basic scientific concepts, if you want to say as a scientist, or maximum are in the Krishna Yajur Veda, or you can say that in Atharva is discussed, but the Atharva has been rejected because of such, not rejected, it has not been that made popular because of its own constraints and the limitation and the improper use of the knowledge from that one. So anyway, let us forget about it. It is again a knowledge. In Tamil, there is a proverb, Kalavam Katru Mara. Kalavam means even thieving you learn. Once you learn, don't Katru Mara means after learning you forget it, it says. Means you forget means then what is the use of learning? No, not forget. You keep it with you, but don't put it in use. Because if emergency comes, you should know all the things, plus minus everything you should know. That is why it is told in that way. So this Atharva has come in that particular range where it was having a little bit of problem. The Rig Veda is mostly on the hymn sequences, whereas the Sama is everything, it goes in the ritual side procedures. When you come to Yajur and other thing, philosophy and teaching and everything, then Atharva goes with the science and science behind the use of all these three Vedas and other thing. Then Smriti, when I said it is just a remembrance. How to remember, recollect. Remember, what for you remember? To reproduce. Use it, put in practice. Otherwise, data is useless. Accumulation of data is useless till it is not being put in practice and used for the individual's benefit and the mass benefit. That is why Veda is there. So I learn, I keep quiet and sleep in my house. That is meaningless. As good as you are an Ajnani, you are an idiot. Pandita means Pandita Lakshana, distribution of knowledge. In the same way, without Smriti, Shruti will not have the importance, and Shruti will not have, Smriti will not have the importance without Shruti, Shruti will not have the importance without Smriti. And in that way, the Smriti, when we are talking Dharma Shastras, Purana Shastras, and everything, then there are different types of Smriti. For the sake of understanding utility, Manu Smriti, Yajnavakya Smriti, then Shankar Likita, then Parashara, and all those. Some are used. These are all unnecessary question of just for discussion purpose, which you can get it from any place. But Manusmriti is one of the base. Just like Rig Veda, it is widely popular. It has been used in a broader sense. Then we come to the Puranas. When we talk about these two words, Puranas, Itihas, there is a misconception, misunderstanding between many of us. Not only you, I myself was also a little bit confused till I was not knowing the little bit depth. So what it says, when I say that the Puranas, when I say, they are all nothing but the recordings of the ancient events. Whereas Itihasa, it is a contemporary history, means the thing which has happened and which has been documented. Somebody has witnessed it. Somebody has seen it. Today I have seen certain, for example, today, final match of India versus Australia is playing, and we are lost 5 wickets. Yes, I have seen it. So when I narrate it to the other person as a witnessed person, then it becomes some sort of itihasam. This is history. In the same way, those histories that is called as itihasa were there. In that itihasa, when we come, that is called as Ramayanam and Mahabharatam. That about which I will be touching upon it. When you say itihasa, when you break it, itihasa. Itihasa, when we say it has happened, it so happened, it so happened. It so happened, no, I'm narrating it. That is how the things go. Whereas in Puranas, it is a recording of the ancient events which has been recorded. Now the question comes, whether it has happened or not. Yes, possibly during that particular period when it was being written or something, that time it was remaining as Itihasa. Then it has become a Purana. Because the person who is going to narrate or understand or explain is not able to, has not witnessed it. So these two are contemporary, or one is complement to the another one. When these two together, when we make is Purana Itihasam, we can put it and we can use it for this one, the regular day-to-day understanding purpose. When we come to the different type of this Itihasa and thing, Puranas and thing, immediately we'll talk about what it's going to give me. what the Smriti, Shruti is going to give me. Then ultimately what happened for a normal person to use, it is a grammar is required, some philosophy is required, some sort of astrology. Astrology means not prediction. It is a very misnomer which has been made into that. I am going to predict the future of somebody. Nobody can predict the future of anybody. Even Lord Brahma says that I have written it. I don't know what is going to happen to you because it has been written. But it is destined. It is going to happen. So the prediction is a misnomer, but astrology is some science which deals with all the planets and everything. Then we comes to the poetry. It is there are 54 types of what you call knowledges, or you can say sciences, arts, or something. Then different methods of understanding. These are called as angas and all those things. Then the Nyaya, when we talk about this 6 dimensions of darshanas and other thing, senses, interference, analogy, testimony, all these things goes. Then Mimamsa, when we talk more about Mimamsa, because in the other lectures also we heard, it is more of karma. Karma means action. Action means it is some sort of what you call course of action. Effects are there. Cause is there. Effect is there. These things are called as the Mimamsa, which deals with this one. Then when we go to the Vedanta, when you say it is a God and Atma, that Jiva and Ma mixing is this one. Then Sanatana Dharma, when we say it is Brahman. Brahman, when I say Brahman, please don't misinterpret it as a class or caste or nothing. It is a group, it is a culture, it is a knowledge base, for which it is called a group of set of persons having acquired those knowledge is called as Brahman. Brahma Jnana, Brahman Jnana. Brahman, you represent the job and duties what a Brahma is going to do, keeping all the 4 Vedas in all the hands equally, creating n number of lives on this earth, creation on this with a uniform, unbiased manner, thinking everything as equal. That is called as Brahma. And that Brahman, when you follow, when you practice, when you understand and learn that one, then you call as a Brahman. Not merely by taking birth or just by learning. So it is a misnomer, misinterpreted, misused. Unfortunately, the knowledge is supreme and the knowledge has been practiced. Who has acquired that Brahma Jnana is called as Brahman. So Brahman, Nirguna, Saguna, and all those things. I don't want to go with one is attribute, without attributes and all those things. These are everybody knows. Then we come to the spirit and matter when we talk to Hamsa and all Jiva and all those things. These also other persons, many of them have talked about it. Kosha, when we talk, there is one word, Jadam is there. This is in Tamil very frequently used in schools and colleges. Ennappa ni Jadam mari okkandirukkiye. Means you are sitting like a what you call lifeless body. No action, nothing, no reaction, nothing, Jadam. So when the Jadam, when it means it is not having any reaction on that one. It doesn't move. It doesn't on its own. It does, that is Jadam. When we say that Jadam is called as a Kosha Upadhi. It is a outside sheath. Then it requires a vehicle which move. So the Jadam, it cannot think, it cannot feel, it cannot act, it cannot observe, it cannot do anything. It doesn't have consciousness. The consciousness, when it is added, it becomes mobile and it starts moving. When it starts moving, taking action, reaction, everything it does, then it becomes a full body. With the body and this one, and then it becomes a mobility. You manufacture a vehicle, keep it on the roadside, don't put it in the petrol, don't use the ignition. Can it move? It may be $1 million worth, but it cannot move. It requires energy to activate that one. Ignition required to initiate that one. It has to move out of that inertia. It has to come out of that one. Then only it starts rolling. When it starts rolling, then only its importance is gained as a vehicle or as a full figure. Isn't it? So in that way, the life as such, without body, it cannot perform. So without body, it cannot get in any identity. It doesn't have any identity. It cannot perform anything, nor good, nor bad. So then when it comes to the spirit, Sat and all those things, we forget it. Then there is a matter when we talk about the Tama, Raja, and Sattvam and all those things. These are all different type of gunas. When we talk about Tamoguna, inertia, and mobility, and rhythm, and all that. See, these things most of you, everybody is in one way or other, they are aware of it. Only thing is that it possibly it would not have been put in practice. You would not have understood. Then comes to the Ishvara, when we say, when it is nothing but the Moola Prakriti, that is a form. When I say calcium is an element, silica is an element, oxygen is an element, and from that I will say uranium is an element, thorium is an element, oxide is an element, iron is an element. But does it have any significance when it combines as a set of strings, or is some sort of morphometry develops? It takes a form, combination with another element, then takes a shape and becomes a crystal. Then you say it has got a crystal, it has got a name. If you say it has formed, yes, it has got a value only when it forms, it gives a form. As a discrete element, it will not have. So the Moola Prakriti has to come. That creation, Brahma, Vishnu, Shiva has taken care of that creation, sustenance and destruction. And the tattvas they are introduced is that everybody is aware. I don't want to talk about that one. Akasha, Vayu, Agni, Apaha, Prithvi. These are all nothing but a Sanskrit word. You can say equivalent to them as space, air, fire, water, earth, and all those things. Then similarly, then Indriya, we are having the 5 Indriyas and the 5 senses. When you say smell, nose, taste, sight, touch, hearing, and all those things. These are all the nose, tongue, eyes. These are all, everybody knows it. Then karma, when we come, what is karma? It has to have action, thought, and desire. Action, thought, desire. Thought, action, desire. Desire, thought, action. It is a circle. It is a vicious circle. Unless you have a desire, you will not have a thought. Unless the thought is not there, there is no action. Without action, there is no desire. Stable, idle, you become a jadam. Then where is the desire and thought? So it is not required. So the karma of the moment I say, it has to have these 3 components. When we talk about these 3 components, then only the karma comes. And that karma becomes positive, negative. The deed, what you do, karma means the thing which has been done, which is going to be done by you. You are the instrument through which it has been done. Car doesn't go. You ride it, and you ride to your destination in a proper destination in time and go, it becomes a plus point, positive. When you ride it rashly and hit somebody, and somebody comes under the wheels and dies, the same instrument becomes a negative vehicle. It becomes a positive, negative. So now the karma is again in the same way, how it has been utilized, how it has been put into practice, how you are doing it, how you are utilizing your action, thought, desire, that leads to whether the karma is good one or bad. And this, based on this one only, the cycle continues. You all will be really surprised to know, or maybe knowing, many of you know it, sage Yajnavalkya liberated King Janaka from all this cycle. And he became the Vyasa's guru. Vyasa, about whom we talk. See, Vyasa, became Vyasa's son. That is, Suka's guru. So Suka, sometimes he is called as a Jadam, because he used to move without any cloth, anything like that. But at the same time, he was moving, he was living, he was doing something. But for him, also he is called as Jada. But at the same time, he was doing some action. But he is the son of Vyasa, and he has got such a very important role in our knowledge. Then when we talk about the Manusmriti, they talk about 4 classifications. And it talks about many things. In that one major is that what we call about what we call Brahmana, Kshatriya, Shudra, Varna Shastra, Vaishyas. There is no classification as such. It is based only on the base of your job, what you do, what you are supposed to do, what is your dharma. Brahmana dharma, it has got 1034 verses they are given for Brahmanas with virtues and all those things. Kshatriyas has been given some 970 or some 975, 971 verses. So these are the dharmas which has been fixed. As a Brahmin, you are supposed to do. As a non-Shudra, you have to do. As a Vaishya, you have to do like this. As a Kshatriya, you have to do. Like this only it has been told. Now the question comes, if we don't think this as a discrete X is bigger than Y, Y is bigger than P, P is bigger than Q, and all those things, when we don't bring this comparativeness between one varna to the another one, then you will understand one cannot live without the another one. Brahman cannot live without Kshatriya, Kshatriya cannot live without Shudra, and Vaishya, Vaishya cannot live without Shudra. So the interrelation, the 5 fingers are just like 4 fingers or 5 fingers. Without that, on your hand is not there. If you want to lift something and eat, you require all the 4 fingers. And that 4 fingers, when it lifts something, the food is called as energy. That energy of survival requires to keep this body in motion, to think, process, do good or bad karma, whatever it is. All these things should unite together and lift that energy out. So when it is doing that process of doing that one, where is the question of coming X is bigger than Y, Y is bigger than Z? No, everybody is doing their own job. You are supposed to do this one. For example, you are in a house, your father is having 4 sons. One person may be very good in maintaining accounts or something. So you will say, okay, son, you take care of these accounts and I think what are the expenses in the house. The another person may be so good that he may not be having knowledge, but he will say that if anybody will talk anything ill about my house or my parents or my sister or something, I will not leave him. He acts as a secure person for security, God, everything. He takes care of everything in that one. There is another person who helps the mother and everything in keeping items in different places and shifting the item, keeping them in order and all those things. There is one person who is very good in only reading, acquiring knowledge, and he can give some suggestions. All are 4 sons of the same father. The person who gives the knowledge becomes a Brahman. The person who does assist his mother and father in everything in the day-to-day chores and everything, he becomes a Shudra. The person who maintains the accounts and everything is called as a Vaishya. The person who secures the house, that is also equally required. That becomes the Kshatriya. Does the mother father feel that he is superior, he is not superior? In the same way, we should not feel that. Our society is formed of all the 4 varnas. All are equal. And everybody should perform their role as per their competence and eligibility and their proficiency. Okay. Now, with this background, when you say that the Tapoguna, Satyaguna, there are some 8 gunas are there in the person. When we say austerity, tapas, when we say satya, truth, shama, which is required, daya, then we say purity, dana, yajna, brahmacharya. See, gunas can be classified only when the person puts in action. Inactive body, inactive thinking, without action, thought process, there is no guna. And with the guna only, you do these actions also. They are all interrelated. Otherwise, you become a jadam. So the question is that activeness, inactiveness go together. If you want to be active, you have to come out of that inertia of inactiveness. And to get rid of that inertia, there is an additional energy is required. Physics also says, rolling stone gathers no mass. It's an item which is a stationary item, it cannot move further unless there is an external force given to it. An element under transition of the electrons and other things, it will remain as an idle state, that is called as ground state. Unless it is excited, the outermost shell electron, it cannot move in the transition band, then start radiating whatever the phosphorus, X-ray fluorescence, irradiance, visible light, infrared, whatever it emits, and all those things. These are all called as the process of excitation. So additional energy is required, otherwise it becomes a jadam. The additional energy which comes and interacts with this jadam or with this one as a Veda, Shruti, Smriti, and all those things. When it interacts with this one creation, it starts emanating, and that emanation is called the real life and karma in real world. When we come to understand much better this one, I will go a little bit in a different way. We talk about the red, green, blue color, everybody knows. These are the primary colors. Sun is the earth, is the source of the sun. When we say the radiation comes from the sun, means all the electromagnetic radiations are visible region only we are able to conceive. We can see. Other thing we cannot see. We can feel, but we cannot see. Infrared, if I am saying, I cannot see. With the infrared, spectrometer is there, we can see it. But without that, we cannot see. In the same way, the frequency in which it is getting oscillated, these vibrations, that can be conceived, perceived, and comprehended only depending upon the sensor what we have, and that eye what we have can sense only the visible region. But the mind what we have been given by the God, it can understand beyond the region of visible region, is what is existing in front of us. Beyond that also we can visualize. When we can visualize beyond that one, means our sense organs which is there in the outer periphery has to be acting as an external material, but the internal source gets activated with the knowledge what it has given through these input senses, and processes that one and interprets the thing which is beyond the imagination or visibility of a normal sense organs. And that is called as jnanam. And that jnanam you can get it only when we read Veda. Otherwise everything remains a knowledge. Data acquired is just a knowledge. It is not jnanam. When the knowledge acquired is put in practice and then see the plus minus and all those things, and then it is called as jnana. Now straightly we can go. For example, there is a tree, simple tree. Everybody knows there is a tree. You can come across many trees in the road. Now 4 persons are going. One Kshatriya is going, or one Brahmana is going. It is in the middle of the road. The government wants to dismantle that one and make the road straight. The order is about to pass, but it is under discussion. The Brahmana goes and sees the tree. He sees the nest, birds are there. He says, what Anyaya is doing. The bird is living so happily, and they are going to cut this tree, and is it required or not? He will think. And he thinks that whatever the action done by the government or anybody or the general mass, let us put others, okay? He thinks with this knowledge of as a Brahmin, this is a wrong thing, okay? If it is not uprooted, it is a positivity. If he uproots, it is a negative thing. Okay, moves out. Kshatriya comes. He is seeing it, this one. No, it should not be here. If it is there, it is a hurdle for everybody. For the benefit of everybody, and for example, we can put Kshatriya of golden days equal unto the government of present day. He has to execute it, the road has to be made, everything. It is for the mass, so we have to sacrifice certain things. Gita is also saying that something has to be sacrificed. So we have to cut this tree and we'll do. He thinks that cutting the tree is a positive thing. Keeping it alive at that point is a negative thing. He goes. Now the Vaishya comes. He is saying this one. Oh no, anyway, government is going to cut this particular tree. If I cut this one and sell this wood at a timber, now the timber is very costly, and if I put it on sale and everything, I can make some profit. So anyway, government will be cutting. I have to wait till the tree is cut. Once it is cut, I can make so many planks and all those things. I can sell and make some profit. I can make effective use of this particular tree. He thinks this is a positive aspect. He never says that fellow is wrong, this fellow is wrong, but he says this is the positivity in that one. Now the fourth Varna person comes. He says, beautiful tree. If I cut that branch, if I cut it, I can make a beautiful axe. I cut this one leaf, I cut it, I can make some sort of mat or something. That I cut it, I can do that one. Like that he thinks. So all are good, all are correct, all are positive in their perception. But in others' perception, all others are wrong. So positivity is a negativity. Negativity is a positivity depending upon the time and space coordinate where you sit and view that one, and the knowledge bias. Now comes the intellectual. The person finally thinks, anyway it has to be cut and all those things. Why can't we make the tree alive there itself? Make this road a little bit divert from the other side, or make a bridge over that one, and give that job, the partially it can be cut, partially this side can be, make a nice one, make a small sit out or something below the tree so that the children can play. Yes, this is the effectiveness. Compromise, give and take, share your knowledge, share your expertise. Don't be rigid that this is correct, that is wrong. Nothing is correct in this world, nothing is wrong in this world. Nothing is positive, nothing is negative. There is no black body, there is no white body. Do we say that today's sun has set? What is it meaning? darkness has come. Till the time it was brightness was there. Now it has darkness come. The brightness is a component, negative component. The positive component is brightness. Darkness is a negative component. But sun was the source. But sun is there. It has not set. It is the angle in which you are viewing. For that angle, it is not visible now, or it is not there in that direction. So it is not reflecting any energy or radiating any energy on that particular zone. The earth, this part has become dark, means this part is becoming white. A lamp is there. Glowing lamp, when you see, it is a positiveness. But below that lamp itself, there is darkness. So there cannot be a brightness without darkness. There cannot be a light without shadow. There cannot be a person without negative quality. There cannot be a person without positive and negative. Together only will go. Coin has to have head and tail. The thread has to have two ends. Dimension. The two dimension is the lowest possible. This unit dimension, if I say point, it is called as a paper. If it is coming and intersecting, one ray is coming, positive energy is coming and intersecting that plane, it becomes a point. But that point, when you view at a microscopic level, it is a big circle. But the same becomes when you go away from that one, that point becomes smaller, 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 infinitely is smaller, and a stage comes when that is not visible. There is no point at all. There is no intersection of a positive energy onto a plane. It is a rigidity. It is the resistance. It is the inertia. This is the thing which want to penetrate it. It has penetrated, but the viewing angle is different. Viewing distance is different. As you change the distance from by every unit ahead, go away far and far, that gets vanished. If I put it, a positive energy, when it comes and pricks the inertia or the resistance what we develop to accept a positive energy, that intersection is a point which is a painful thing. It is a tear. It is a pain for the paper which is leaving. Don't think it is not leaving. It has been torn. So that point becomes immeasurable. It becomes insignificant when I am seeing from a very far off distance. The same thing happens when I am viewing you from a very close distance. I feel that, yes, this fellow is under pain. The moment I go far off, out of sight, out of brain. Do you mean to say the person never existed? Yes, he has existed. His pain is there. But since I have not come near to him, near his contact, so that negativity or the person's pain has not been seen. But without pain, a positive energy cannot enter the resistant plane. In the same way, a human body, without the interaction of this knowledge arrow, knowledge is an arrow, very sharp, very clear, distinct, discrete, and very, sharp, is pinpointed. That is called as knowledge. When it comes to the ajnanam, when it penetrates that one, there will be pain. There will be resistance will be there. I do not accept. The non-acceptance of that phenomena says that this positive energy is negative one. So this is not positive. He says it is negative because it has hurt me. But after that one has happened, then when it realizes that yes, I gained something by shedding off my inhibitions, certain thing, resistances, I have become recognizable to the another person because this positive energy penetrates through this resisted material and goes to the other side. When it can see, it has, then it feels that paper which was resistant. I have allowed the positive energy to penetrate through me and see the world on the other side and help the others also. So in the process, I have become a positive person. So to become a positive, you have to withstand the pain. We are all born in others' pain and suffer in our own. They say the highest order of pain is the delivery pain. A mother gives birth to a baby, but after a fraction of a second, when she sees the smiling baby, how she feels the happiness. But she gets this happiness because of the pain. Without pain, you cannot get anything. The other day with one of my friends, I was telling, who writes a big poem? Let it be Kalidas, let it be Tulsidas, let it be Meera, let it be anybody, Kamba, or anybody you see who has recited big kavyas. There should be either total happiness in them or total disappointment in them. Some place, either this end or that end, then only the kavya comes. Otherwise, kavya will not come. average person with a sacrifice, chalta hai habit, or happy with the water, it will not lead to an extreme end of kavya. Otherwise, there would have been n number of kavyas. And again, the visualization of the kavya is also different. Kamba sees in a different way. Valmiki sees in a different way Ramayana. The Tulsidas has seen in a different way. This is the viewpoint. So Itihasa remains same. The view angle is different. The view, how he views as per his experience, his notion, his conception, his comprehension, his knowledge, his jnanam. The jnanam is a variability, but net result when it gives to the positivity, then it is called as a kavyam. So what I want to say, let it be a tree visualized by 4%, different. Pythagoras theorem or any theorem, any postulate you take, it remains as a postulate on a paper till it is not been used, put in practice. What is the use of those abstract things? In the same way, Sloka, Veda, Sloka, Purana, Itihasa, don't read like a story or something. We have to put it in practice. Rama is not Ramayana. You may say that I will take some few examples. The time is running. So Ramayana, when I say if Kuni or the mantra was not there, Ramayana would not have happened. If Dasharatha would not have given the oath to his wife, she would not have asked at the 11th mantra, would not have asked her, you encash this one. So for a time being, we may think that mantra is a negative character. Because of her only the Ramayana has become, Rama went to forest. If Rama would not have went to forest, the Ravana would have survived. There is no Surpanaka who will not come. Sita will not have been taken. So the net result is that the negativeness gives rise to positivity. Samudra Manthan, when it is done, the first thing all the things, muck only has come out. All the negative things only have come out. After the churning, after that, one after one, even the Alagala Visham, we call that Shivji has taken it. It is all not symbolification. They say that this negativeness is a part and parcel of attaining positivity. Without negativity, we cannot reach positivity. If only positivity remains, there is no salary, there is no life, there is no creation. It is not required. This Maya is literally speaking a negativity. This Maya of pleasure, happiness, everything is a illusion. This illusion, if it is not there, you will not progress. If this illusion of materialistic thing is not there, in the rat race, you will not take part in the university, get first rank and all those things, and all the way he is introducing to the Rajagopal has got. What it has got significance doesn't have any significance. But that has increased my knowledge to rethink further. So the negativeness has given rise to positivity. So the negativeness is also a part and parcel. Let us accept. If there is no excretory organ, we would be dying. We will die. It is not only with heart and brain we can survive. It requires the excretory organ also. Without perspiration, body cannot attain the thermostat condition. Without tears, the tear glands cannot activate. Without salivary glands, these are all called as achuta. Excretion, negativeness. Saliva, negativeness. Tears, negativeness. Perspiration, negativeness. But can we live without this one? Positiveness can come? No. These excretions, these things, when you come out and when you come out of your own self, you become positive. In the same way that when the knowledge goes into your brain, goes into your body, you put it in practice, then you become a positive person. That is what I would like to say. Positivity essentially requires negativeness. If mantra would not have been there, she would not have reminded that Bharata should become the king. That is not selfishness. She has actually contributed to the positiveness of the world. I will say, if Corona would not have happened, I say, Corona God, please bless us. Every morning I pray. The reason, if Corona would not have happened, I would not have been communicating with you. There would not have been n number of net-based communications. Many have upgraded their knowledge. Many have upgraded their qualifications. Many have shared their thing. They lived with their family. They moved with their family. They understood their kids. They understood their wife. They understood their husbands. They understood their friends. The need of friends, need of freedom. This they understood. So corona negative, but it has led to positivity. Now I will come to the one more aspect of the negativeness, positiveness when we get. I said there's nothing called black body, there's not white body. Everything is black. Now I say God has become something white. Whiteness is there. If the judge is there, he's having a white shirt inside, but on the black coat on the opposite outside. Krishna is white, sorry, black. Whereas Rama is also in one sense is called as blackness only. Darkness is called as Rama. One of the meaning. Beauty is another one, but Rama is the meaning is also on black. Darkness, why gods have become black? They could have been made as a very beautiful white and everything, which is pleasing color. They made them as black. The reason is that God is there. Everybody who understands physics, they know black body is one material which absorbs everything. It never reflects back, gives back, transmits back. Everything, whatever has come, it absorbs. In the same way, God is one who absorbs all, everything comes in front of him. You commit 100 sins, go to him, pray him. He says, Saranagati, yes, choose him. He takes back your all sins. If you would have been white body, you would have radiated back whatever you do. It is just like a mirror. White body is not white color. It, whatever the color impinges on that one, it is thrown back to you, reflects back, total. So that is why God has been projected as a black body. He absorbs everything and keeps inside himself and then makes you very happy. When you are removed of all your negativeness, your blackness in you, what is left over is the purity. Negativity has gone back, and that God has taken the negativity, and that person who is the assimilation of all the negatives of everybody and keeps inside him, can we call him as a negative source? Never. Because negativeness, in negativeness, there is positivity. Negativity. The concept we have to visualize in a different way. In the same way, Krishna is like that. Krishna is also same. Rama is like that. When you say Ravana, the masterpiece of Samaveda, Mamu Maya has made him to commit some mistake. Whether Mamu Maya having towards his sister is a negative thing? If he will not have his affection and love for his own sister, who else will have? Let us touch ourselves and say, tomorrow something happens to my sister or my mother or my daughter. Will I keep quiet? Where is my judgment? Jnanam comes in play only when you come out of that shell of materialistic world. He is a king. He still not become a total Brahmin or sage. He remains as a king, Kshatriya, with Rajas and Gunam. So there is a component to do this tamasam, and that tamasam has entered, and that has cut the vivekam of him, and that moham mayam has come as a negative component, which he considers a positive and goes and fights it. But if that would not have happened, again, that Ravana would have survived, but the thing would have been again a negative prosperity. So Rama has to create negative reasoning, and then Vali, who could make Ravana as a small, spider type for it, playing with his son. But Vali has to be killed by Rama. The reason is that it is not cheating, but it is a positive aspect that he has seen that somewhere Rajas, Tamasa has done some role more than the Satvikam. When Satvikam is subdued, Rajas and Tamasam dominates over this one. Naturally, we call it as negativity, but without Tamasam, without Rajas, there is no creation. Rajas, Tamas, Sat, together, when it is put together, that is called as life. But the component has to play its own role for the betterment of everybody. Then it is called as positivity. In the same way, I will go a little bit, very few minutes, because already it is another 10 minutes only left, because I started at 15:10 or so. So now we will say Ekalavya. Eklavya, if the finger is not cut, he has not cut it. He said that you give dakshina. Nothing wrong in that one. He's a guru. He can ask for dakshina. Why he thought in forethinking? If you're talented and such person who is really above Arjuna, if he comes, and if by chance this negativity joins the talent, that the positivity of a person joins a negative stream, because again he will say, just like Karna, I have eaten his food, I have taken his, that my dharma says that, my friendship dharma says that I should not disobey him. Same thing he will say, I have taken food. Why? The Panchali's father, everybody has gone and taken food by Duryodhana. Then Duryodhana, they say that because I have eaten food from you, I have to serve. That is the dharma. They know that it is wrong. But the good person, positivity coming in the help of negativity, because of this positive only nature only, that leads to the destruction. That is why the Dronacharya also saw to it that this should not join. So best one is that we can see that how best it can be done. Same thing, Kama, Krodha, Moha, Vasalim, all these negative energies, even Arjuna gets after the completion of the war. It is because of me I have won. That Ahanka, the Garvam, which has gone beyond his head. Then Krishna says, you first get down from the chariot. I will also get down afterwards. No, you are chariot. No, you first get down. He gets down. Then Anjaneya moves out, Indra moves out, Surya, everybody from all the direction moves out, that the chariot becomes burns and becomes disintegrates and becomes ash. He says, why? He said, that chariot has already been destroyed by Karna's positivity. It is because I was sitting in front of you and I was shielding you. Anjaneya was sitting at the top of this one and others were. That is why it was having the physical presence. That is a Maya. The illusion what we gain of success, everything in our life and become so garvi, it is only a Maya. It is not actually existing. That is why I should not say, you should not say, anybody should not say that I have achieved. You have not achieved anything. What we have achieved is nothing but a Maya. It is an ocean. Veda is an ocean. We have possibly learned 0.00001% of 10 to the power million, minus million, you would have heard. But unlearned is so much. So always we should say submissiveness, politeness, humbleness, excuse. Revenge is an animal instinct. Excuse is divine. Saranagati is the supreme. You do mistake, but if you accepted it and don't repeat next time, that person should be excused. And that person who is excusing him is called as divine. He is equivalent to the pure Atma, that is called as God. God is not something different. He is there in you. You are the person. We have God in us. Atma is pure. Atma never is impure. The body is pure. Impurity, purity, well, all this, whatever the things we are doing karma, it is only because of this Sthula Shariram, which comes out. It is a shell. It is a coconut, which is having very hard shell outside. Inside this one, it is absolutely white. Water is absolutely pure. That pure water, pure coconut, what the flower of coconut inside, sitting inside that shell is your Atma, which will never be saying wrong. Even a murderer always says, I should not have done it. He repents. But for a fraction of a second, he has done mistake. So in the same way, I would like to put one more example by which I'll then I can conclude because the time is not there. The negativeness happened in Ramayana. You have seen that it is for positiveness. Mahabharata, if Karna would not have been discarded by his, as a Kaunteya, if would have been accepted, and if you would not have been discarded, how you, me, and everybody will understand what is friendship. Friendship is also equally important. For getting that positive impact of the character guna in you as a human being, the Karna has been used as a character to be discarded, and this is called as Vivekam. The God has thought much more ahead of you, so that he created that one, that character. Dhritarashtra, he was not blind. I will put it like this. Literally speaking, all of us are blind. When we outsee, we don't see the positiveness in a person, then we are all blind. When we see only negative, we are blind person. Negativeness, what I say, that which is giving rise to that harm, disregard, disrespect, dishonor, disharmony in the living being, discrimination, everything when we say, they are all negativeness and we are all blind. Gandhari was not blind. She was wearing a strap, but she was not blind. But karma, how it takes, the Krishna, when it go and say our great Gandhari that you are done like this, Moh Maya, was it wrong? From her angle as a mother, if mother will not shield her son, who is going to shield you? But that Maya has taken over the truth. In the same way, there comes the role, what we call as the destiny. It comes in between positivity and negativity. Destiny, when we say, it is never be called as a negative one, or it is not called as a positive, but cumulatively it leads to the progress, prosperity. How I say, if Parikshit, such a great person with the Shavam of the Muni and everything, is bitten by this one or Sharpa, that serpent, Takshaha, then Janamejan, what he does? He wants that Yagya, Sarpa Yagya, kills all the serpents. Such a noble, great person, son, Janameja. He killed all the serpents. Do you mean to say it is positivity or negativity? A person of high esteem in Kuru Vamshan, the most brilliant, most honored person, more than Parikshit and Janame, nobody was there. But still, he lost his Satbuddhi, become subdued, Tamas and Rajas dominated. But later on, in the same process, that's the last Taksha, every serpent dies. The last one just coils around the Surya's chakra, and the Surya has to come, the Ratha chariot has to come and fall into the Yagya. If it falls along with that one, the complete destruction will be there of this Brahmagandam, Brahmandam. That is why the Muni, he excuses, and that Sarpa is left alive. Now the question comes, that is destiny. He has to die. He died. But nobody was his own son, which is intellectual, he was not ready to accept it. Same thing, Ravana, he was knowing it, but he accepted it. Vibhishana, knowing this one, he came out. It is not treachery, but supporting the one. Vivekam has gone ahead of Tamas and Rajas. That is why Sat has gone. Whereas at the same time, Kumbhakarna, what he does, he says, you are doing wrong, I will die because I have eaten your food. Some similarity of this one with karma is there. You can put it as, there it is here it is brother, there also is a accepted brother. He has done his dharma. So he was correct only. But in the end, Rama says, Lakshmana, you go and become a disciple of Ravana and learn from him. When he goes and blesses him, actually Ravana also becomes a guru for Lakshmana. And who says? Rama says. Rama is a character as a Purushottaman. We have to follow what he did. Whereas in Bhagavad Gita, what Krishna said we have to follow, not what he did. One is Purushottama, what he did, we follow. Here, what he said, we follow. Saying and doing is called as karma. It's when you are doing certain things. For doing, you have to understand. Saying has to be heard. That is called a Shruti. And Smriti makes you to do certain things. The Shruti, Smriti, when it joins together, it becomes Veda. Veda becomes knowledge. Knowledge becomes wisdom. Wisdom becomes Jnanam. When it becomes Jnanam, then you come to Paramam. Paramam to Pavit. And there you reach the supreme, that is called as supernatural energy, positive energy, that is called as God. With this, completing almost this one, and the Gandhari also, you see, knowing well Krishna, she curses on the last, and the Yadukulam goes off completely. And Krishna goes with a smile. He accepts Gandhari's words with a smile. If we see that one, it is a negative energy. She curses. And being a god, he accepts it. Means, as a god also, one has to accept the negativeness, repercussions of some of your deeds to redeem and become a positive person. That is why the example is Lord called as Lord Krishna, who has accepted the curse. Otherwise, he could not have gone in front of Gandhari. He knows everything, Antargyan. But he has done. He accepted it and he dies. Yadukulam completely it gets dissolved. Because this is what Krishna says. Whatever karma you do, you have to face it. Plus, minus. Plus may be there because at a particular point. Minus it is there because at a particular point. The same thing, one man's food is other man's poison. In the same way, if I am going to hunt a deer in a forest for my fun with my arrow, and then eat and say that Kondrapavam Tindral Podum in Tamil it is said, if you kill and eat, then the pavam is not there. That is all very poor justification. It is just your himsa you have done. So that is a pavam. When the alternative things is there, whereas the tiger, if it kills a deer, then that is dharma. So the destiny of deer is same. It has to die. But how it has died? That death has given rise to positivity, positive karma to one and negative karma to another one. That is called as what we call as destiny. And that destiny has no shape, no size, impartiality, everything. That is why it is called as positive as well as negative. And positive together with negativeness is called as God. Our Atma, Sthula Shariram, and Antaratma, what it is there, consciousness, knowledge. As a human being, as a representative of Brahma, we are supposed to do, make Sat Guna greater than always Rajas and Tamas. If we do this one, you will be always getting elevated a little bit above and above. And when this ratio between these two comes to zero, or you can say that Rajas and Tamas becomes completely zero, which is very, very difficult. Very, very difficult for a materialistic person. Then you reach to the higher level of divinity. And the day when you reach to that level, you will not understand what is Rajas, what is Tamas, what is Tamas. And you will understand it is something supreme. That supreme bliss is called as divinity, and divinity is called as God, and that is called as moksham, and that is called as Paramapadam. And our aim as a human being, only we can attain that one. And for that we have been given a sixth sense, and we have the scope to do that one. Let us not think that I will make Tamas and Rajas zero because we are all eating salt and pepper. Positivity will be in us. Negativity also will be in us, but try as much as possible to have the superimposition of positivity over negativity and see that the judgment you take is in the welfare, prosperity, and healthiness and harmony of the fellow being and all the lives created by the God. With this request, I will say with the last one, this one Acharya Bodhanam who does. One Acharya is called equivalent to the 10 learned Brahmins. One Upadhyay is equivalent to 10 Acharyas, and one father, your father is equivalent to 10 Upadhyayas, and your mother is equivalent to 10 fathers. Matra Deva Bhava, Pitru Deva Bhava, Guru Deva Bhava, Atiti Deva Bhava. With these many words, and with the last one quote where I read in one of the forwards, don't climb a mountain with an intention that world sees you. Climb the mountain with the intention to see the world. See the world means happiness. Climb the mountain means get rid of, accept all the ordeals come on your way. That is why he says, don't climb a mountain with the intention that world will see you. but climb the mountain with the intention to see the world of happiness. Sarve bhavantu sukhinah. Shubham bhuyat. Dhanyawad.
Yeah, excellent, Rajagopalanji. I think, yeah, when the beginning of the talk, I was little bit wanted to understand what is this negativity and positivity, and you have explained with very beautiful examples and how negativity is important and positivity follows. So started very well with introducing Vedas, Shastras, and Puranas, and it refreshed us the knowledge what we had in all these lectures in the last few days. So, as you said, Corona was a negative thing in this world, but it brought standstillness to everyone, and then that's the where we started this Jnana Yajna of 108 series, which induced us. Otherwise, we would have been busy in this world, and then
Rat race.
so for us, it was a really a negative thing which came into a positive aspect where we could meet a lot of scholars. Almost we have done about 78 talks. So we had almost 50 to 60 scholars whom we have met during this Corona period, which was a blessing in disguise for us and for our Institute of International Institute of Vedic Sciences. So also he had beautifully put this black body, that is why, yeah, many times we had thought why Krishna and Rama were blue and dark. So you explained that black body absorbs everything which emanates, and then I think quite true. It is why, and for everything there is a reason why they have been created like that. So, and also you have given beautiful examples from Ramayana and Mahabharata. So it's a wonderful talk, and we had a lot of comments being posted by a lot of our viewers on this subject. So it's a good, and I don't think there are any specific questions on this talk. It's a very clear and very clear picture you had given on a lot of aspects. So with this, I think I thank you for joining us and supporting our International Institute of Vedic Sciences in our this Jnana Yajna. And then we do expect some more talks in coming days in future, and then we'll announce those again. So with this, we conclude today's session, and then before concluding, I'd like to announce next week's program. Next Saturday on 23rd, we have Dr. V. Ramanathan. He'll be delivering a talk on various facets of chemistry in ancient and medieval India, being Vedic science. So he'll explain chemistry as a Vedic science. And then we have one more wonderful talk coming from Ramachandra Murthy, a history professor and who has done a lot of research on Indian artifacts. So he'll discuss Indus Valley artifacts that reveal and challenge that they are Veda. So they are Vedic period. So he'll be speaking on. So we'll connect again next weekend at same time, Saturday 11:30. Till then, we take off, and then namaskar to everyone. And then with this, we close this today's session. Sahana vavatu, sahanau hunaktu, Tejasvinavaditamastu mahavidvishavahe. Om Shanti
Shanti,
Shanti.
Shanti, Shanti. Namaskar.
Namaskar.
Dhanyawad.